Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2021 Lewisville Open in memory of the old man, Tom McCutcheon. We're at Lake Park in Lewisville, Texas, and I'm joined here by Paul Morgan, who was also the catch cam for this filming. And we're going to be watching Blake Whitehead, Isaac Mars, Freddie Meza, and Colby Edwards. Hole 1, we have Blake Whitehead with a forehand coming in towards the water. We got a short hole here. We got to make sure we don't go too far and stay controlled so we don't go out of bounds into the lake. Second, we have Isaac Mars. I believe he's 3 or 4 strokes off the pace, off the lead. And tied with him is Freddie Meza, who is also going forehand here.
Ooh, and it checks up a little outside.
Rounding out our card, Colby Edwards, another forehand. It's also looking very similar to where Freddie ended up. Looks like Freddie's going to be a little bit outside, so he's going first.
Probably about 26 feet.
And he clips the tree, doesn't measure his distance properly. He's going to have to settle for par.
Colby with the same putt.
Oh, he just leaves it a little bit low. Let's see if watching the first two guys miss their birdie putts is going to affect Isaac on his birdie putt.
This one from about 18. Oh, dead center.
He cans it, so we're going to have one birdie, one par in the basket for Colby. Also, Freddie cleans up his par. And you can see that he has the CTP flag in his hand. So Blake starting out with another birdie, and he's going to continue with the lead. Now here on hole 2, this is quite an unconventional line in my opinion. I haven't seen anybody go thumber, but it was very effective, so right next to the basket. Isaac going with the more traditional route down the middle. He clips the tree in the middle of the fairway, so he's gonna have to get up and down for his par.
And Freddie just yanks it wide right.
Hits first available. He's also gonna have to scramble for his par.
Sky forehand. From the catch cam footage, it looked like he threw an overhand shot.
Yeah, I think he tried to take the overhand route, but with a forehand spike, and he just didn't have the power to get all the way there. There we see where Freddie's upshot ended up.
Isaac with a long run. Fading out left and early.
That's going to have a long look for par. This is Colby's birdie. Oh, just slightly low. And here's Isaac for his par from just outside circle 1.
Let's see if he can get the jump putt to start falling. Ooh, just low.
He's going to have to settle for a bogey there. Freddie cleans up the par easily.
Easy tap-ins for the rest of the card.
Yeah, that was a very impressive thumber by Blake there.
So this next hole plays a little different in tournament play. The traditional tee is about 100 feet behind this one at a much tougher angle.
Still gonna be fine.
There we see Blake. He's going to have a look for birdie to start 3 for 3. Freddie looks like that's a little bit nose up. That's not going to get the angle. It's going to clip the tree.
This was the shot of the card until the tree.
I think so.
Yeah, the angle was really looking nice, but ends up with the same result as Freddie. And here Isaac with a little bit of luck skipping up the rocks. And he's going to have a good look for birdie there.
He was looking at about 85 foot uphill and cans
Wow. Impressive. Great birdie there for Colby. Freddie with a similar look, a few feet closer. Ooh,
it. Barely low.
he hits a basket.
Laying up, doesn't want anything to do with the 4 with the lead that he was holding at the moment.
And Isaac with the easy tap in birdie. Freddie with the par. And Blake's going to come in and tap in his par also. We're going to move on to hole 4. Hole 4, normally you got to play forehand that plays uphill. I'd say it's 335, but you got to throw it like 400 feet. And he hits those trees that looked like it was heading the right direction.
Isaac's going to try his luck right here with a very similar line. When he skips up, he's looking at about 40 feet to the basket right now.
He's definitely pin high. Okay, Blake also goes with the forehand. Gets some good ground play. And he's going to have a death putt a little bit towards the basket from maybe circle's edge or right outside. Oh, and Freddie barely misses that tree.
And gets a big skip, and he's looking at about 40 feet from pin high also.
Colby, that's a little half run. Oh, Freddie misses his putt for birdie. Here we have Blake to go through 3 down through 4.
And he's non-committed. What's he looking at his hand?
Yeah, it looks like maybe it slipped out or something uncomfortable there. Let's see if Isaac can get the only birdie on the card.
After all those good drives. And the basket is just broken.
Yeah, the basket wants nothing to do with that birdie on the lead card. So everybody will settle for a par. We'll have the all-star par, and we'll move on to hole 5 after their tap-ins. Okay, Colby chooses to go sky forehand over all the trees, which is a line that I don't traditionally see too many people going.
Isaac goes with the more traditional over-the-top flex play. We got 2 forehands.
Yeah,
Whipping
Blake
up high
liked
and
it.
wide.
He said, you know what, I can go that way too.
And Freddie's lining up their traditional straight shot right down the middle.
Down the tunnel. This is what the actual fairway is.
And it looks like he scooted up to about 35 to 40 feet.
This is where Blake's forehand ended up. He just pitches up to the basket.
Isaac got caught up in some of the high trees and ended up with about 80 feet.
Gives it a little soft bid.
From that angle, he had no putt.
Colby had a decent look at birdie but missed. And so here we have Freddie.
Dead center for the bird on a very technical hole out at Lake Lewisville.
And he's going to card the only birdie. And we're going to move on to hole 6. And still Blake with a significant lead here. 5 strokes over the next 2 competitors that are Isaac and Freddie.
And Freddie just unleashes a laser straight at the railroad ties before the basket. He's going to be sitting about 30 feet, slightly uphill.
Colby's going to try to imitate the line. It's going to be slightly
further right.
Further right, yeah.
But about the same distance at the railroad
yeah,
ties.
Pretty good. Isaac.
He looks to have sawed this off, but it's flying.
No, that disc is just flippier, so he tried to get the same line, but it flipped up a little bit further.
They're all three at the railroad ties.
They're all in that same. Oh, and that looks like an early release.
That was sawed off.
Yeah. Just going to have to scramble here for a par.
He's going with the forehand flex to the left side, but he just doesn't quite get the finish that he was looking for.
He's going to still have some work to do for his par there. Isaac with the birdie look.
From about 40 feet.
Outside the circle try.
Slightly out.
But it looks like he stayed on top of the little circle there, so he should have an easy.
This is Blake for his par save, and he just airmails it. Or the camera jitter's getting to him.
Maybe. Settling for the par there for Colby after missing that putt. And Freddie with the closest look for birdie, and he's not going to settle for a par. So that's 2 birdies in a row for Freddie.
And here's Isaac from about 30 feet looking to save his 3. And he somehow falls in on the pro side.
Yeah, that was close. But doesn't matter. It's in the basket. Here's Blake for a tap in for his bogey now. Oh, and you're right. The camera jitters. He seems very, very disappointed right now. He's going to have to tap in for his double bogey. We'll move on to hole 7.
Probably one of the most picturesque holes at Lake Lewisville.
Absolutely. When you think of Lake Lewisville, this is a hole that you think of in your head.
This is the one we all throw until we lose the disc in.
And that we probably all swam in this water here on the lake looking for discs. So we're going to have here 364 feet, pretty much all over the water if you want to take the Heiser route. And I'd say it takes 400 feet of power. It takes quite a lot of distance to get all the way up to the basket, which is on top of this little ridge, as we'll see here in a second. Freddie going over the water the entire way.
And he comes in, he's about 35 feet long.
Yeah,
which
it looks
is
like
absolute. He threw it every bit of 400 to get to that spot.
I don't know if we captured it perfectly, but here we have Colby
throwing a very similar line, a little bit more stable disc, and he comes in about 25 foot short.
That's an amazing shot.
Right at the hump.
Isaac.
Nice and smooth, getting it out there high, letting the wind push it. Oh, and they're making minis over there.
That was another great shot. They're right next to each other. We'll both be looking for birdies here.
Blake just letting it out there, out on the water.
He was a little bit shorter than the other guys. He's going to have a little longer putt there for birdies.
He's just laying up, going to take the 3.
Taking his medicine.
A little bit uphill, about 25, maybe a couple less. Oh, dead center, getting the birdie.
Nice. Freddie's just went past the basket, so we're looking back at the fairway from where he is.
Oh, and he jams it
No
right
problem.
over the cage.
That's a turkey for Freddie.
Yeah, he's starting to heat up.
And if we look at the scoreboard there, looks like it's only 1 stroke all of a sudden difference between Blake and Freddie.
Yeah, that's a big swing right there, Raul. Isaac taking the easy birdie from about 18.
No problem. Inside the circle. Moving on to hole 8.
And here we're starting in the woods. These are the more technical holes on the course. You can easily get a 2 on any of these, and you can easily get a 4. Just depends what the trees are treating you like that day.
Hole 8 is probably one of the shortest holes, maybe one of the easiest also. There's a Mando on the right that can kind of come into play for some people. But for the most part, we're just going to be shooting into
Straight
this
down
little
the gut.
cave. And hopefully have a good look for birdie. Here we go. Isaac.
He's throwing it straight down the middle. I think that one's going to end up pretty close.
Yeah, that was a perfect shot. And Blake seems a little out of sorts.
He's a little wide.
Yeah, I think that maybe after that double bogey, we just he's not concentrating.
I think
right
he's
now.
struggling to get his confidence back in his putters and his
Yeah.
throws.
So we're gonna see his second shot here. Looks like he's just laying
He's just
up.
laying up. Let's take a 3, get out of there.
Okay, the other guys are gonna have very close looks for birdie here.
Colby's from about 20, knocking it down, maybe 23.
Freddie from about 18.
Same putt. Easy tap in. And then, oh, he's still cleaning up his par. And then Isaac has a drop in, and then we're moving on to the dog legs.
Yeah, the first of the 3 dogleg rights in the woods. Very similar holes.
Just different variety of turn and different variety of length.
First one is 243 feet. We're gonna see.
And he caught a tree. If he misses that tree, he's absolutely parked.
4 hands.
That's very similar line. It looks good from here. Ooh, it looks like we have a misfire.
Yeah, that was turned over straight up the ground. He's gonna advance maybe 80 feet.
If that. It looks about like 60, maybe 50.
Blake,
He's got the CTP of the group, but he's still looking at about 40, 42 feet.
Yeah, even though it's a short hole, it's not an easy hole. You gotta hit the angle perfectly.
Isaac is throwing something that looks like a little faster, trying to get the big flare skip around the corner.
Colby with a run
He's
from
trying
outside.
he's trying to make a run at this lead. The putts just aren't falling for him at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, right now we have a tie for first place.
Ooh, and Freddie, I think he had a tree in his way. He wasn't able to take a good stab at that putt.
Yeah, he was pretty far. It would have been quite the putt if he had made that. This is the best look for birdie that we were going to have from the bunch. He airmails it, but he hits that tree. He gets very
Stops
lucky.
right there. Take the pressure off for the comebacker. Ooh, and Isaac jams
Wow.
it.
Great
Isaac jams.
putt.
That right there is a save of the day so far.
Yeah, that was the
He
safe
hit
par.
first tree available, and then came back and scrambled his way to save that par.
Yep. And the rest of the guys are going to clean up their pars. And we're going to have, like I said, a tie for first. And then Isaac just 1 stroke back of them. So,
And Edwards one
yeah,
stroke behind
2
that.
strokes from the lead. Yeah, so it's very tight. See us in the second half for the back 9. I'm here, like I said, with my friend Paul Morgan,
With Tex-Mex commentary team.
MX Disc Golf. Thank you guys. Leave some comments if you like our English commentary, and make sure you subscribe and give us some likes.